Hello, it's Marco here from Markom3D, and let's going to continue on with this short film. I was actually hoping for it to be done by Friday. I didn't. I kind of fell behind with rendering because I'm actually trying to render everything in cycles. Just give it a little bit more effect. And then there's a few scenes here that are wrong. So for instance, this character, you can see he's a little bit sitting off to the side, which is obviously no good. This one here is not too bad. What else we got? This character. This is my character. And then I've also got Tom, which I don't have in here. But anyway, I haven't started rendering. These are some of the shots that we've been working on here. So inside the cockpit, which is all part of the tutorial series down below in the description. And then we've also got this shot. I actually really like this shot, except for that bit. But that's fine. What else we got? This distance shot. So we did this kind of Battlestar Galactica type shot from last week. We'll probably come in. We might even re-render that. I think just increase the samples and let it go. And there's a little bit more that needs to be rendered on the end. Once again, we're doing this shot. This is an old shot, so let's get rid of that one. And I think it was that one there we got to get rid of. And then this is kind of the warping in shot, which we worked on as well. And then this one here, kind of like slice factor welcome. This shot here didn't work well at all. And there's a few reasons behind that. So let's crack that open. I should probably have all this open already. Let's go into warp in 2. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button. Help me out. Oh, it's my birthday stream as well. So today is the birthday. So from here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to increase the samples up to 64. Denoising is OptiX. I find that that's been really good. IRL welcome. G-Slime. Hello. Here to tell you that I'm making Mafia emoji in Blender. Cool. Merger welcome. You need a pop filter. I did, but it kept on falling down. And I just haven't picked it up. So we're on this shot here. Let's just quickly go into full screen. And we can see what we saw before. It was kind of a bit bad quality, especially around the hair. And that's because I got a feeling I turned down the light paths for transparency. Excuse me. And so I'm going to bump that up. Oh, gosh. Excuse me. So let's increase that. Let's just have a look what that looks like with a render. While that's quickly going, so I've started actually recording my the shots that I've got at the moment. So we've got a few shots here that I've already created. The green ones have pretty much been rendered. Yellow one needs to be re-rendered. These ones need to be rendered from scratch. And what are we looking at? See, I'm still getting really this yuck harsh shadow here. And the other thing as well is kind of like, because I'm using the OptiX, I'm getting some really smooth. So like the bump map's not coming through. Sorry, but Kay, see ya. The denoise is actually cleaning up the face dramatically, which really kind of sucks. But the bigger the question is why am I getting such harsh results here? Because to me, the sun should be... let's try bumping that up to 2. Let's go into rendered view and we'll see if we've got that line in there. That's what it could have been. No, I didn't sculpt the character. I use this. The characters are all from Character Creator 3. That is one skill that I just do not want to learn doing character creation. However, I am starting to look at doing some sort of like low poly character creation. And that's for a separate project. But this bit here, let's go, if I increase this to maybe 8, I'm just trying to get rid of that harshness. Maybe if we come into the sun. Yeah, so I'm just trying to fix that problem. I think it's going a little bit slower, obviously, because I can do Control B That's all I want to focus on, is that shoulder part, and that's what we want to clean up. Because if we actually come back into our render, we actually it really becomes prevalent. So if I press play, you can see that we get this. So I'm not sure why. Why is that? What else could it be? I'm assuming it's something in the render settings, but I'm not too sure. Might have to come back to that. I might have to try and play with that offline and try and work out what is going on there. So this is Blender. Obviously, you know that. But this is Vegas. This is my video editing software of choice, because I don't use Premiere, mainly for the fact is my biggest gripe with Premiere, and we've spoken about this before, is that when I'm moving sound files, the actual waveform disappears. And to me, that is absolutely horrendous. That's not good enough. I would have thought Premiere, when you're moving it around, that it actually, you know, you can continue to see as a web form. I mean, even Blender does that. So, I don't know. I might have to come back to that one. But anyway, this one needs to be re-rendered. Let's just go Control B and we'll just get out of that. Let's come into Material. So that shot there is fine. We've got our warping in shots. Let's go open. Let's start opening up some blend files, warp, pre-jump. There we go. So we've got pre-jump, which is that one there. So this is going to be kind of like the shot at the start. So we're going to kind of do this tracking shot across the main ship, just to kind of introduce. Obviously the first 60 frames we can get rid of, and then from here we'll zoom in onto the five ships. And then what's going to happen is from there, it'll go into where the characters are having that conversation between each other, which is what we're after. We can get rid of you now. No, don't save, buddy. Actually, no, let's fix that up now. Let's get rid of the first 60 frames because that's not what we want to see. Yeah. I haven't used Final Cut, but I have no intention of using Final Cut because that's on a Mac, and Macs are dirty. So let's just fix that one up. And then if we jump into pre-jump to warp, and then this is where the characters are finished having their conversation, and this is just as they jump. Now this is a really stupid bug in Blender 2.9.1, is that whenever I open up a brand new blend file, it just resets the view. But anyway, that's whatever. So here we've got this shot of the ship's kind of doing another fly pass. This is what I was trying to fix. So I got a weird problem where maybe I can just do it manually. So what I had is I've got on the camera, I've got tracking enabled. So if I now delete this track, and let's go back to the start. Oh, you suck. Let's go into animation. Let's come into the graph. And so this kind of what I'm going to do here is from, what's his name? Ian Hubert does a tutorial on this. And what I want to do is give the camera a little bit of wiggle. Now I'm going to go on the X axis, I believe. If I go rotate XX, yeah, so XX, and we want it to move just up and down ever so slightly. I'm going to press I to set, I know they've already all got keyframes, so let's hide that one. Let's press N, modifiers. Let's create a new modifier. I'm going to add a noise modifier. And what's going to happen is when we come into like this, it's going to wiggle up and down, which is, it's a little bit extreme, but that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the strength, I'm going to make the scale 10. So rather than going really fast, it's going to be kind of like big waves, and the strength is too high. So I'm going to go down to about 0.1. And so now if we come to the start, 0.01, just a little bit of wiggle room. Beautiful. Now we can kind of keyframe this, rotate Z. Let's press I, set a rotation. Come into about here. So something like that. I rotation. And so we're going to have this track. But at the moment, obviously, the Z-axis rotation is a Bezier curve. So if I select everything, we can see, so it kind of like starts slow and then slows down again. What we want to do is select everything. I'm going to press T for the interpolation. I'm going to make it linear. So it's going to go from point A to point B in a straight line. I'm going to delete that keyframe because I don't like the cut of your jib, buddy. Let's go G-1. Beautiful. And now if we press play, we can see that it kind of bobbles along. And what could we do? I mean, this shot's kind of irrelevant. And we can see the bottom of the ship here, which I haven't fixed up. So we might actually jump back in and we might quickly just like slap on some panels onto that. Let me just get some water. All right. Why not use iClone for your animation? So I don't use iClone for my animation is because I haven't sat down to learn the animation tools in iClone. Predominantly what I'm doing now is, well, what is my workflow is Character Creator 3, iClone, the motion capture stuff into iClone, and then I can export it and bring it into Blender and make those final tweaks. So rather than importing models into iClone, then we have to worry about like baking all the textures and resetting up all those textures, which quite frankly, I haven't done. So it's when I start moving into Unreal Engine land, it'll be kind of like the workflow will be Character Creator 3, iClone, Unreal, and it'll be Blender into Unreal to bring in all my 3D assets. Because with Unreal Engine, yes, there's a lot you can do, but it's more, I have to bake all that stuff, which is kind of a little bit frustrating, but whatevs. So there'll be tutorials coming out on that really soon. I really look forward to that. Oh my goodness. Maybe. Who knows, YT? I think your coffee cup is greenish. Yes, it's green, and I do it on purpose. It's just a fun thing I do. How do you... So, I don't, is the answer to that. That's one of the benefits of iClone is that whole cloth thing. That's another thing that I'm going to be playing with is making kind of like a trench coat that flows and moves around and so on and so forth. So that's another thing that I'm working on, but I'm just trying to knock this out. And hopefully not this Monday, because I got Monday, Tuesday done. Monday, Wednesday tutorials are done. This will hopefully be released on Friday. And then the following Monday I'll be doing cloth simulations natively and also using simple cloth. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the question is I've got this shot now of the characters, but if we actually have a look, there are no characters in there. So I actually think we might move this camera. So let's select everything in the camera. I'm going to delete. And I'm going to maybe just go G, Z. Let's bring it over to here-ish. And the problem is I don't want the ship to be, the ships to be lost. So if we have something like this, you jerk. Rotate XX. Let's do I, set a keyframe for rotation. You jerk. Rotate XX. I, set a keyframe for rotation. And then obviously that's going to be fine in there. Rotate Z, rotate XX, I, rotation. Let's clear that up. What's that? Rotate on. Why is it? Maybe. Let's select all that. Rotate XX. Somewhere there. I, rotation. I'm just going to turn on auto keyframing with the record button. What are you talking about? That's on the, there we go, that's why. So let's go something like that. Let's get rid of that keyframe. And so what we're going to have is from here, we're going to see those ships take off. So maybe what I might do is let's tilt up this frame, rotate XX, bring it up. And then from here, there we go, we've got that. And then poof, they take off. So maybe we might increase that to frame 70, Control S to save that. Beautiful. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to press F12. Let's just have a look to see what it looks like. Ugh. Alright, that doesn't look too bad. I'm fairly happy with that. What are we looking at? 30 seconds a frame for 70 seconds. Not too bad, not too shabby. I'm happy with that. Please make a video on aircraft rigging. I do have them. There's a tutorial on rigging a landing gear, and you can get all the tips and tricks on how to do that. So I've actually gone through the whole process. It's about 5 or 6 videos. Okay, I'm fairly happy with that. Control S. Let's check our sheet. So that one needs to be rendered. Warp in. Let me just go back into, not that one. And so we want to kick off a whole bunch of renders tonight. Let it run through the night. Let it run through all day. Now I can't remember who told me about, there's a free tool. Hey, what's that? That's warp in. What's that one? Oh, pre-jump. Whoops, sorry. Open up the cancel. So let's go ahead and close that one. Is there a person in there? There sure is a person in there. Don't save because nothing needs to be saved. We're after pre-jump. So I want to make sure it's all covered. And that's the panning shot. Goes into the people talking. Yep. Okay, cool. Shut up. Stop. So we go pre-jump. Oh, excuse me. Characters talking. The warp. Warping in. And then kind of the spinning around. So I'm just going through all my shots now. So we've got, we go into this shot where he panics. And so yeah, I've got to re-render all this, so we've already discussed that. Where's that shot? I love that Battlestar Galactica style one. That's pretty cool. So that one needs to be re-rendered as well. So I've got a shot somewhere of the ship coming in and it kind of slowly rotates. Which one was that? No, these are all the characters talking. Okay, maybe we might have to redo that one, unfortunately. No! You stupid idiot. I do have that shot. It is... pre-warp, jump, warp in blend 2. Let's check that one. I think that's the rotation one, which we just had open. So we'll duplicate this project. Beautiful. So we go File, File, Save As. This will be warp in 3. And I'm just going to go spin, just so I know what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Come on. Warp in, spin. Let's go save as. Nice. Then we come into here, change this, change the render folder. So I'm kind of rendering every folder as its own clips, I guess. Let's go accept to that. Come into here. This will be your warp 3. It'll be red because it needs to be done. Outside spin. Sure. Save. So now what we need to do is move this camera Is it this one? Yeah, so we have this kind of camera spinning. And we're going to reposition it to somewhere like this. How are we going? What are we going to do? Just something like that. So we've got this view. And then it'll be of him kind of panicking in the ship. We see this kind of spinning outside. I might actually delete this ship. And what we're going to do is we're going to have this ship kind of spinning. So we're going to get this shot of it in the background. Perfecto. Warp in 3 spin. There we go. And so he's going to be kind of him in the ship spinning around. We're going to get this wide shot of the ship behind. So if I press F12. Oh my goodness. Any free alternatives of Blender? Blender is free. So random render. So there has been, like, for so long, I've just wanted to, just stop. I'm like, nah, I've had enough. Obviously the channel, yes, it's growing, but it's so slow. Obviously I would love it to go a little bit faster. But once I jumped onto Blender Nest and, having talks with Curtis Holt, CG Matter, Blender Binge, it's these guys that have kind of like encouraged me to do better. So that's been one of the really good things, is I've been able to surround myself with such a good Blender community that have pushed me along. So that's why now you're starting to see more short films. I'm trying to create. This one's a really complex short film. Gee, this ship looks terrible. The reason why this ship looks terrible is because of the denoising. Interesting. Maybe what I might do is give the camera a depth of field on the ship, and then that'll mean the back, small ship. This will be interesting because now I'm going to render a depth of field, but will the denoising remove it? No, that's not really that depth of field, isn't it? Let's go a little bit harder than that. Let's go 1.5 F12. My laptop crashes sometimes. How big is your scene? Pretty much. Alright, might be because I've got a massive lens on it. What is my focal length? 50mm. What's going on here? Alright, let's go 0.5. Let's see if we can really shrink that down. Might even be the case. I might have to do it in the composition. And that's another thing that I need to work on, is doing composition. So yeah, you can see that the ship's out of focus. But the AI, the denoiser, is trying to clean up. Ah, you suck. Alright, I'm going to have to turn off depth of field then. We might have to re-render this scene. That's fine. So as I was talking, there is a product. I mean, it's for free. Free download. It is called Render Pilot. And this is where you can kind of set up a whole bunch of blend files to export all your animations. Freaking sick. This was me. I was doing some tests on explosions. Because the way I want to do it is I'm not going to have a whole bunch of domains around one of the ships and have that all simulate. I kind of want to simulate one file, render it, And then I'm just going to put kind of like an image plane playing the videos of explosions all around the ship. I think that's probably the best way to approach it. So let's just quickly change this back to Blender 2.9 before I forget. There we go. And now what I can do is, let's just clear all these. Wham bam, new job. Let's go into D drive, Markom3D. What am I? SF jumper. There we go, short film jumper. Let's bring up my spreadsheet. Let's do that. Where have you gone? Click on that. Oh, there we go. All right, so we need to do pre-jump. Bam. And then I go new job. And then we'll be pre-jump 2. So we're doing pre-jump to warp. Let's go here. Cockpit, ship, com. Whoops. Cockpit, ship, com. Ooh. And I got to do part 2 because I've actually got in, I initially had one blend file and it had one world. And then what I'll do is I'll go back in once I finish rendering that part and then change the worlds. But now I've created two blend files with all the same stuff, but just different worlds. What's that? Comms to, I need Tom. So Tom is CG Matter. He's doing a voice for me. We've got warp in 2. And then we've got warp in 3. So now when it comes time for me to render, push the button, walk away. I can even press shut down at end and it'll actually turn the computer off. I discovered when I didn't actually really want that to happen, but it did anyway. What have we got over on Discord? Ah. All right. All right then. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to think, do we have all the shots? Now, if you have any questions, let's try and answer them. So, try around 200 samples with the denoise with your depth of field. We could try, but I've got a feeling it'll still be a jerk. So we go like this, and then if I come up to here, let's go times 4, 256. I'm going to press F12, and we should see that it's still going to try and clean that up. Yeah, more powerful. Yes, thanks, buddy. Good, John. How you doing, buddy? I'll start buying a new one. Please tell me specs. Whatever you can get. How do you download 3S? Yeah, no. Oh, let's see. Oh, see, it's still making it clean. What is that? Oh, that's a little piece there. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's still really trying to clean up that ship. So using depth of field isn't going to work. Okay, shut up, go away. Let's go back now to 64. Let's troubleshoot all this then. You know what? We're going to do it. Let's go into full window screen. Let's try and fix this. Now, from memory, I have made a tutorial on it, but I haven't done it for a while. What we need to do is enable... Is it the mist pass? Oh, I'm going to look like a moron doing this. Ooh. Interesting. So if I go mist, and then what we're going to do is I'm just going to make it 32 frames. And let's kind of just really quickly do it. And so the mist pass should be the depth path. If you're new to the channel, welcome. All right, there we go. So we've got all our details. Now let's try in the compositor. Crud. Let's go into color ramp. I'm going to go mist into there, image into the viewer. Okay, so white means maximum, I believe. Yeah, okay. So let's go add in a math node, and we're going to use multiply. And if we multiply that by 2, 5, 10, I don't think that's how it works. 100, no. How do you do depth? Oh, what the heck? There's a depth path right there. How do you do this? I'm gonna have to go and look at tutorials on this. I was trying to work out how to do it. Sucks to render fluids. Correct. So when running any fluid simulation, smoke simulation, which is the same thing, you need a fast CPU. Not more cores, but you need a faster CPU. Oh, that sucks. Dang it. All right, I can't fix this now. I don't know what it is. Don't use nodes. Because when you're using the physics simulations for now, at the moment, you can't use multiple cores, which really sucks. Because I've got a Ryzen 3900 now. Yes. And I would love to be able to use that processing power, but it just doesn't work. I am looking forward to picking up a 3080, but that's all in due time. Okay, so from here, we've got this shot. Let's exit this shot because I don't need this shot right now. We are going to work on the where it shoots the other ship. So warp in 3 spin. No. End scene, ship, enter. Is that a file? Sure is. Wham, bam, blink, boom. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you like and subscribe. Really helps me out, keeps up to date my content. Because I haven't said that enough time. Alright, so from here, I'm going to... Oops. Full screen. Let's go File, Save As. And this one will be Ship Fire. So I've definitely gone... Oh, you jerk. I've definitely gone about this wrong and labeled my shots incorrectly. So this is another lesson learnt. Where I've made it all confusing. It's not like scene 1, scene 2, or any of that. Ship fire. Where, you know, it should have been like shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, which would have been smarter. Probably next time, if I were to do the process again, I would make the shot, do a screenshot, and actually put it into the Excel spreadsheet, just so I can go, oh, okay, that's the shot. I know what I'm talking about. That's probably the better method of doing it. So let's go. Where's my big ship? There it is. Oh, actually, no, this shot's not even finished. Okay, let's go back into end scene warp in. Wait for it. See what I mean? Far out Blender. Okay, there we go. We want... When does this one come up? Whoops, there. So I want to Shift D, duplicate that one, rotate 180. So something like this. And if I come from here, that's a bit too far away, so you're not really going to be able to see them. So let's bring them all the way into something like here. Maybe what we might do, Shift S, cursor to select. I'm trying to make it a little bit more interesting. So if I go into curve, we're going to add a path. And I know from experience that this is already facing the wrong way. Let's kind of go something like this. So they kind of spawn in. Yep. And then that will kind of spawn in first. Just get GZ, bring that down. You know what I mean, yeah? Oh, geez, I've been watching so much Peaky Blinders. Netflix is horrendous. Such a bad, not juju. What's the word? Bad influence. All right, so now we've got this kind of curve. And so what's going to happen is the ship's going to spawn in, not spawn in, it's going to warp in. You do not have an empty, that's fine. No, that's fine. If not, we'll have to, no, better fix it now. So I'm just going to quickly, let's go Shift A, let's add in an empty, give it a cube, Shift D, and Shift D to put it on here. We're going to select our ship, select that, Control P, separate parent to object, Control P, parent to object, Control P, parent to object, Control P, parent to object. So now that this controls the ship, and because I want to kind of scale it, and then when it warps in, it comes into size. Whoa, and some comments. Just 3 things working, mate. Look at you guys. How many short films a month? Well, this one's been going for a month, and the last one I did in about an hour and a half. So we're looking at this one to come out on Friday. It is a sci-fi film. These are just some ships that I've kind of whipped up. Netflix, HBO is so much better production. No, it's more the fact watching is the killer. That's, yeah, that's what's really bad for Marco. All right, I don't know why I've got this ship so long. So let's maybe start this at frame 2. This ship here should probably come in a little bit earlier. G minus 100. And then so these ships will come in and then I think it's too brutal, isn't it? Oops. Okay, let's come in. Let's increase the size there. Whoops, I'm probably in the bottom right hand corner, left hand corner. Sorry. If I go like that, then we've got a little bit more time. Okay, so the camera is not seeing how far it is, so we need to select our camera, and then we come into the camera settings and the clipping. We're going to increase that to maybe just 10,000. Yeah, nice. Nice. Maybe there's one too many zeros. All right, now the next thing is you want the ship to follow the path. So with the empty selected, I'm going to come into constraints, follow path, Bezier curve. I want to curve the radius, but I'm going to follow the path. Let's go Alt G. What are you doing? What the hickabotham? Okay, so that's... Is that Bezier curve 01? Nope, that's a NURBS path. Okay, that makes sense why. So I've got a Bezier curve that's sitting in there. You, sir, are meant to be in NURBS path. There we go. So now if we come in, you're not playing, animate the path, there we go. Beautiful. So if we kind of have a look, 250. Now, how far away is that ship? You can't really tell, that's fine. So what we might do now is we'll do it actually with all the ships. So can we copy this now? Right click. Serious? In the pancreas? Okay, so let's quickly do that all the same. So what is it? Minus X, follow curve, follow radius. Follow path, NURBS, minus Alt G. There we go, beautiful. And you will go about here-ish, buddy. This one here. Let's go follow path. Alt G to reset the location, NURBS path, animate path. What have I done? Where are you? Oh, it's there. Okay, it's fine. That one there. You, buddy, last one. Follow path minus X. Alt G. Oops, and NURBS. Animate path. Far out. G. So it's kind of like that. Lovely. And what we might do is just for a little bit extra, I'm just going to move it down so they're not in total unison. Cool bananas. And then what we're going to do is from probably frame 10 is when they're all going to come in. So here, let's set our keyframe I to set the scale, I to set the location. And I'm just going to press record while we're at it. Move back 3, scale XX minus, oops, sorry, 2. Oh, okay. So the problem there is that it's going off the medium point. So if I just delete this keyframe and we change this to individual origins and I go scale now, you can see that they're scaling independently rather than going to the medium point and they're kind of scaling like at the center point. So back into the individual origins, scale 2. Beautiful. And then here they can go GX minus 10,000 minus. How's that going to look? Press play. Ooh, that looked rough, didn't it? Okay, so what we might need to do then is duplicate this because that doesn't work because this ship will obviously fly faster and this one will go slower. So let's go Shift D, and then here we can even kind of just bring it back. So then they're not in like kind of full formation, I guess. There we go. Delete vertice. For some reason I got an extra vertice in there. Let's delete that one. Delete vertice. Delete vertice. There we go. That's not bad. And so what's going to happen now? All right. So let's come in and we'll change our NURBS paths. You go there. Alt G to reset the location. Alt G. And then last one. Last but not least, know what I mean? Alt G. And so now they're going to kind of, oh, you're a jerkosaurus, aren't you? Okay, so here. Alt G, Alt G, Alt G, Alt G, Alt G, and Alt G, Alt G. Beautiful. And so I want the first ship to appear. Let's grab this one and go G2. Oops, G2. And so what's going to happen is that kind of like the first ship will come and then the next ship will come behind it. So let's grab all these. G2. And then this one here is going to be G4. So they're almost all going to be stagnated in. So if we come here, not much of a difference, is there? and they probably should be moving faster, which is fine. So rather than changing anything, we can come into the NURBS, we can come down into the animated path and frames. Let's go maybe 60 to go a little bit faster. And then we can check out what that looks like. Or not. Can you animate that path, please? I know that the path's already animated, didn't I? Why? Yeah, ding dong. There we go, that's better. But this one here doesn't want to update. Why? Why? Oh, there we go. Okay, I didn't realize that was going to be a problem. So let's kind of maybe bring this one, and I'm going to go GZ, bring him down a bit. This one on the outside here, we'll bring it up. Beautiful. Oh, is that going to be too hectic? Okay, let's now, I think I've got the camera parented to this. Let's just check that out. Yes, I do. So what we're going to have is GXI location. And then we can go GX. Actually, when does the big ship appear? Oh gosh. Frame 200, 10 seconds later. Oh, that's fine, because then we can kind of cut to, let's just move this. G minus 50. There we go. And then with this, let's just move it out to 200. GX. Beautiful. And so now what we're going to have is that moves way too slow now. That's fine. Let's go. Let's maybe move this forwards. And then we're going to have that shot of the ships coming through, and then this kind of impending ship. Okay. So maybe we're animating this wrong, and I should put in bed. Oh my goodness, sorry, I haven't been checking this out. Let's have a quick look at the comments. Do a 30 days of 30 short. Get stuffed. I mean, it's not been possible, but yeah, it can be done. I don't have that much time. I mean, I see what you guys do on your nodes. That is crazy, but I could. Technically, I could. Let's just say that. Then get a chance to make sure. Why are the ships in that formation like one is extra or something? What do you mean, Zeke? Can we link modifiers? Control L. Can you? Oh, I don't want to cross the streams now. I will have to test that. What I think I might do here is let's select this ship. Let's go Bezier curve. No, NURBS path, because we spoke about this already. Oh, you're a jerk, aren't you? Rotate 180. Rotate Z 180. Scale. Scale. Rotate Z 180. There we go. That looks better. Then this ship here. Add object constraint. Let's actually delete all these keyframes. Add object constraint. Follow path. Animate curve. This one. Let's select that. Control G. Animate path. Oh, of course. Rotate Z 180. Delete that keyframe because I don't want it. This one here. So if I press play, and then we've got the giant ship that appears. And then that means from here, what's going to happen is the ship will appear first, give him some time to react, and then we can do kind of like this turn off. So let's check what that looks like. No. So now what we need to do is come back into the NURBS curve. We need to increase the keyframe to maybe 170. And then what are we going to see? We're going to have those ships kind of fly past, that ship appear, and then he turns. Now the question is this tilting? I don't think he tilts. He kind of just does a gentle like, oh, how's your dad? And then just spins. So let's select a curve. I'm going to select this point here. Actually, I'm going to select, yeah, I'll select, what am I going to do? Actually, we'll select all these points in here. I'm going to press N to bring up the side panel, and we're going to tilt. And so he's going to just kind of start tilting. So we've got the problem where he's already tilting before it even hits. So what we need to do here is I'll make that 0. Now we've got the problem of those ships. There we go. So he kind of tilts around. So he's still tilting a little bit early. Let's grab this NURBS curve, bring it down like so. Delete the keyframe, turn off that. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So I think that we still need to increase this out to maybe 190. And then so it's flying a little bit slower. The ship appears and then he starts turning. Even still a little bit too slow. 250, buddy. Yeah, whoa, then let's just start turning around. There we go, that's nice. All right, that seems to be working. I think this would look better if we had kind of something like so. And so if we went back into don't know how I feel about this. I think we might need to increase this G5. Maybe we select all these now. Let's go G15. So we get more of this shot of you just franging it. And then we can grab these here. Delete keyframes. Let's go G, X, bring it back. Just want to make sure that they stopped out of shot. Let's just go G, X, bring it down, hold shift to go slower. This one here, G10, so you can come in pretty late. Really? G10. Ugh. Now he's coming way too far back. Okay, so that doesn't work. So let's go undo that one. Because he's already kind of like popping in whilst they're turning. Yeah, there we go. That's the problem. All right, so let's come back in. I know what I've been trying to do, but it's not working. Oops. So we need to have it come back to the start more like this. The problem is that the ships are a bit too far away now. Because now I can kind of, I can't really, can I? Just trying to think, how can I? Maybe it cuts to the animation of him in the ship And then I don't have to make that establishing shot. I have to think about that. All right, anyway. Control S save. You can copy paste all modifiers. Oh, wow. Oh, interesting. But I would still need to change everything. Am I making links? I don't know. I'll have to check that. I'll have to play with that later. No tilt would look better. Yeah, you reckon? I think it needs like a little bit of tilt at least. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like rendered. You can copy your modifiers. Have they changed it? Oh, they've done so much to Blender now. Especially the bevel thing. They changed that. That's really killing me. I mean, yes. I like the tilt. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I thought you meant you don't want the tilt. No. Yeah, I want the tilt. I want the tilt. Maybe these. I think these need tilts. Or thinks. Me thinks that these need the tilts, yeah? Let's give you... No, the other way. 10 degrees. I, for some reason, have a sudden urge to play Skyrim. I don't know why. And I've wanted to play it in VR, but I just haven't played it in VR. 10. There we go. There we go. Mind you, I'm looking forward to Hitman in VR. I think that'll be sick. Okay, so if I go F12 now, let's just see what we can see. I don't know, but it'll be fun. Make the tilt more aggressive. Oi, hey, whoa. No, Blender. No. Let's come down into Denoiser, OptiX. We'll change this to 64. Performance needs to be 512. Control S, F12. So the question is, are we going to see the ships? Or are we just going to see some sort of gigantor? We don't even see the ships. Oh boy. Yeah, the ships are right here. So no, this shot does not work at all. But that should work. All right. No, doesn't work. So first things first, we got to up the sampling. Let's jump that up to 128. I just want to see if it looks better. Far out. Dang it, Bobby. Come on, you fat mole. All right, that's looking a lot better. Should be okay. Now the problem is yeah, we're not getting enough light. So I'm actually going to screw this up, and I'm going to turn this around so we have this. And so now technically, you know, kind of we've screwed with the scene lighting a little bit, but the Mako does not care, you know. So the last short film that I created, I did it completely live on Twitch from start to finish. All right, now I can't see my cockpit, but we can see our ships. Oh, this denoiser thing is kind of annoying. If I change it to Cycles native, non-local means denoiser running on any computer. This one's only available on NVIDIA. What is this one? Use Intel AI running on the C. Ooh, let's try that. Let's just try it, see what happens. Oh, geez, what did I do? Let's go into preferences. Let's come into system, turn on that one. We're in GPU. We have the open image denoising. I'm going to bring this back down to 64 by 64. Let's press F12. Let's just see what the results, the difference are. I don't know. I'm testing out. I've never done it. I might as well use the 12 cores that I've got, or hyper-thread it out to 24. And of course, I picked a frame with no shit. Oh, there. So it's going to be a lot slower. It's not hyper-threaded. Interesting. Because I'm an idiot, I'm not using Intel. But I am getting better results. But it is 3 times longer. All right. Shut up and go away. So there we go. We've done a quick test. The GPU is still faster. So let's go back into OptiX GPU. Let's go into 512 by 512, and we got to turn off the Ryzen. All right. So I've got that shot. We still need the shooting shot, but I'm not going to be too concerned about that now. I'll probably do that on a Twitch live stream. Let's add in this shot. New. What do we call this one? New job, buddy. You can do it. Oh, far out. Yeah, great. That's fantastic. Good job. About here? No. All right, let's close that. Yes, save that. Let me just go to the desktop. If I click bottom right, nope. Full screen, bottom right, this thing. There we go. Delete job 9. What is this one called? Full screen, Shipfire. It's not Shipfire. This is not the ship. Oh, hang on. Yeah, okay. End scene, ships entering. Yeah. All right, let's create a new folder. End scene, ships entering. Let's select that. Control C. Press enter. Double click on that. Accept. End scene, ships entering. Cool. Let's add. Oh, do I already have that one on the list? Oops, sorry, I closed down my chat. There we go. Spin. Let's go open on this one. End scene. All right. So I'm going to leave the stream there for now. I'm going to render this stuff out. Probably Tuesday, I'll jump onto Twitch. So if you want, twitch.tv/Markom3D. Don't forget, also go check out Just 3D Things channel. The Blender Nest. If I wake up early enough, I will be on that this week again. What else? I don't know. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. What else? Add a small amount of emission on your interior. Yeah, that's a good idea. You know what? Let's do that. Oh. Okay. I would have to... That might butcher everything. Because I've got this linked to the other file. and that means these ships would have a little bit of emission. I think maybe what the next best thing would be is, let's add in, let's go Shift S, cursor to selected. Let's go in light, point light, G to the Z. We'll put something just in here. And if we go into rendered view, let's just have a look, see if that works. Maybe just a smidgen. Come on, baby. Yeah, there we go. That gave it just a little bit of light. Let me go 5 watt, 20 watt. Let's keep it at 10. Let's go G to the Z. Yeah, let's do that. Shift S. So we just kind of cheat like that. Now the next thing we need to do is obviously Shift S, or Shift left click, Control P, parent to object. So now when we go through, our light stays with our ship. Beautiful. So we'll kind of fix that up. You are OP, bro. Okay, creating. There is no glass. I actually don't have a glass mesh, purely because it kind of, I've never been able to get it looking right. It always seems to distort it a little bit too much. So the next best thing is I just remove it. Quick wins. And then that's kind of like as well slightly speeds up the render time because it doesn't have to go through the glass. What if you became a VTuber? I don't know what VTuber is. So yeah, that's the next best thing, is just get rid of the glass. So technically, if I really wanted to, I could probably come back in and blah, 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 but stuff it. So there we go. We've got about 7 or 8 shots that we're going to be rendering tonight and tomorrow. 2.5. Actually, it should be probably about free for free. About 3,500 frames. This shot, I don't know what to do with. 128. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do about this shot. Far out. Why are the shadows jerks? Shade smooth. Do I have? I don't have any modifiers on it. No, I don't do anime. The only anime that I've really watched was Evangelion and Akira. That's it. And that was many, many moons ago. This bit here is really annoying me. So if I just go in solid mode, F12, why? What's the time? 10 to 11. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, so I've increased the samples dramatically now. Just want to, hang on. What are you doing? Control B. I just want to see that bit there. F12. Denoising is on. What it does is it'll go through the samples first, and then it'll come back over the top and do the denoise. I've just got this issue right here. That line there. Do I just put maybe I'll just put a subsurf on this shirt. Just see what happens. Yeah, that is bugging me. Maybe let's just try it. If I go modifier. There's a node set up in there. Okay. I'll check that one out. You reckon the normals? We can check the normals. Whoops. Period key. Go into edit mode, of course. Come into here, and then we can check our normals. Do we have any normals going in? I don't see any. Let's make it a little bit shorter. It's on the shoulder here. Oh, of course, you jerk. This side. The normals look fine. Hang on. Ah, look at you. No? This shirt. Control L. Hang on, what's going on? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, subdivision. Yeah, everything's looking fine with the normals. They're all going the right way. And if we jump in and check the vertice ones, vertices are looking fine. Yep, left arm. Nothing's pointing in. What's the other one? We can go into edge. And that's all looking fine as well. So maybe what we'll do is let's keep the subdivision surface. Let's go into object mode. Let's press F12. We'll have a look at that one. Turn that on instead of looking at the normals. What? Okay, hang on. Well, the shirt looks better already. Face orientation. All right. Yeah, it's still there. I think it's something to do with the lighting. Okay, well, let's get rid of that. What are we saying? Face orientation. F12. What do we got? I'm just checking messages. Lovely jobless. I think I might just need to harden up. And I think that's actually annoying me as well now. Change the radius of light. Yeah, okay. Actually, I think you're right with that one. Strength. Where is the radius of light now? Because that's that one. Strength. Let's have a look. Yeah, cool. Because it is a sun. And I just bumped it up. Oh, jeez. No, go back. Oh, no. What was it? Control Z. Go back. There it goes. All right, let's keep it that. Strengthen the light source behind the character. The light source. Yeah, I don't have a light source behind the character because it is. Because he spins around. Look, I think I might just go with the. Oops. I might just go with the subdivision for now. Let's render that out, see what it looks like. Gosh, I'm itchy. And let's go from there. Let's call it a night. It's 11 o'clock. Marco's getting tired. Marco's got work tomorrow. And hopefully the BlenderNest podcast. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm trying to hit that 25,000 mark. It would have been good to hit that 25,000 mark while we were live streaming tonight. But hopefully by there. Is there a HDRI scene? No. So this HDRI shading. Oh, yeah, okay. I had a mind blank. All it is a noise texture that I've got stars in like so. The reason why I don't want to change this now is then I would have to re-render everything, which I don't want. Okay. Sun angled 3 to 5. All right, let's do that. 4. F12. Subbed. Thanks, Bugsy and Pouty Show. Oh, that's actually interesting. That's a good name. I've got the subdivision on still. Yeah, that's looking a bit better, isn't it? Dang you. Yep, that fixed that problem. Well done. CG Epic, welcome. Thank you very much, buddy. Alright, there we go. Nerbs to K. You fixed my problem. Denoiser. Far denoiser. Yuck. Alright, let's bump up the samples. Oh, I don't need to bump up the samples. Denoising. Maybe we'll go times 2. 256. Let's just do that. Let's go control. Whoops, excuse me. That's fine. We're in cycles. Volumes, and we'll see how that goes. That's fine. That's all the materials. For the third time, let's call it a night. I'll talk to you later. Don't bum up on. Don't be cheap. Bum up the samples. When you've got 6,000 frames to render, you want to bum out a little bit. Alright, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you next time. This week, we've got 2 more Reallusion tutorials. We'll hopefully have this film coming out on Friday. Another live stream on next Sunday, and then Monday after that, we will go back to doing some other stuff. So thank you very much, guys. See you later.